Havelock log entry 1. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If we could find a way to mass-produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of the Cold Witch, and if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5. Da scheint ja der überrascht gewesen zu sein, dass ich hier war. So, wir haben den Pubmaster Room Key. Die Core Plate. I mean, alright. Trunk close. Sonst nichts hier drin? Okay. Oh! Oh, moin!
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that.
Hiram Burroughs, alright, wir haben seinen Namen. Ein Autograph, noch einer.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which... Wallace! Please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
Okay. Ja, er sprach zwar von Equal-Dasein, aber er scheint trotzdem noch so ein bisschen Vorzüge zu genießen. Das ist der schönste Raum, den ich in meinem Leben gesehen habe. Warum ist hier die Schütze gemacht? Ich frage mich, ob ich da später noch durchkomme. Das ist keine Tür, hier ist noch eine Tür. Lass mich raten, der abgeranzte Dachboden ist meins. Lydia, du bist.
I'm sorry it's so dark. We can't risk being seen. It is a bit romantic though, isn't it?
Total. Halt, wer bist du? Cecilia.
The Admiral served in the Navy under the Empress. But something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it right. Admiral Havelock made it very clear that we aren't to carry lamps outside. Maybe you haven't seen much of it, but the city has changed a great deal after the Empress died. Since the Lord Regent took over, the city watch is best avoided. Most people try not to go outside at all.
Die hat voll Bock. Aber dass ich von dem nie gehört habe, von Havelock, wenn der unter der Empress gedient hat. Alter. Warum ist er so... Ja gut, er ist ein bisschen wütend über seine Chambers, weil die total ranzig sind. Aber er hat eine Pulle, ist doch schön. Hallo? War das gerade ein Schrei?
Attention Dunwall citizens. Lady Emily Caldwell was abducted 6 months ago during her mother's terrible murder. Anyone with information leading to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved late Empress is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
Mir war gerade, als hätte ich einen Schrei gehört, aber offenbar nicht. Okay, das sind also meine Chambers hier. Das ist ein Traum. Behaglich, simpel. Ich habe einen wunderbaren Getränkeschrank in Form eines Waschbeckens. Okay. Hast du geschrien? Sieht nicht so aus. Oder ist das ein Huhn oder so? Ich habe keine Ahnung. Ich komme hier aufs Dach auf jeden Fall. Ah, das wird eine Möwe gewesen sein oder sowas, ne?
Attention all citizens. Curfew extends from sundown to sunrise unless you are otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary. Remember, the boldest measures
from the
are
eyes.
the safest.
Boldest measures are the safest stand auf im Hauptmenü. Das ist Samuel, glaube ich. Kann das sein? Ratten? Höre ich Ratten? Ich weiß nicht, ob ich den Sprung überstehe. Bestimmt, oder? Ah, ich kann hier auch runter. Okay, das habe ich verstanden, ohne Schaden zu nehmen. Das ist schon mal gut. Das ist, Badezimmer. Ah. The shadow and bitter leaf. On bitter leaf. Except from a longer work of fiction. Finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise esoteric patterns, knots and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer until she turned a blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With the refined tone she addressed me. So, you are the lover, I presume. You too have been unfaithful, and it is now your turn to be mended. Ich dachte erst, die näht irgendwas, aber nein, dann nicht mehr. The Young Prince of Tyria. A theatre play. Lord Nathan Bale, shaking with outrage. How dare you, sir? Close so at my very home. I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tyrian. Prince Calisir, moving closer. That's a harsh welcome for your royalty, my lord. Your daughter's treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she's gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the younger man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Prince Calisar, smiling coyly, reaching out. No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale, gasping. Oh my, Calisar, your skin is so warm it burns. Moment. Der war nicht mehr wütend, das war jetzt mehr so, oh my, Calisar, your skin is so warm it burns. Oh. You must be quite, erkältet. Komm ins Bett, ich hab's schon vorgewärmt. Ein Klo! Ich kann ein Klo auf und zu machen, ich bin zufrieden. Was ist das? Ich glaube, es ist Volume 2. Das habe ich schon gelesen, okay?
The old port district has been added to the evacuation list.
Ah, okay.
The weeper count for the month of seeds has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances will remain in effect through the month of rain. Stay alert and stay loyal.
Living on the White Cliff. Habe ich schon gelesen. Ich glaube, ich habe das Gebäude durchgesucht. Samuel, bist du's? Ja.
I once served under Admiral Havelock. Captain Havelock then. I don't know if he remembers me, but I fear it's rude to ask. I don't want to embarrass him.
I'll ask for you. Hey bro, you remember Samuel as one of your underlings back in the day? Okay, Piero.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin.
Nice.
No! This cannot happen now the tank of whale oil is running. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. Oil's unstable. When it explodes, there's a terrible mess.
Hier upstairs. Muss ich den auffüllen lassen oder hat er... Er hat einen anderen Tank, alles klar. Suppose empty tank.
That one is empty. A new tank.
Ja, gut, und say, ich möchte ihn hier reinpacken, bitte. Ah, dispense, nicht dispose. Ah, I see, okay. Whale vivisection. From the notes of a natural philosopher aboarding a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of the trip, east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female, some 42 inch in length. I estimate she weighed 35 tons and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing, I cut into the mass of tentacles around the... Tentacles? Ich denke, es geht Wal. I cut into the mass of tentacles around her mouth. Within I found row upon row of teeth and a baleen? Keine Ahnung. Running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assumed she filtered fruit from the water that was too small to be chewed. Ein wahrer kleiner Tentakel. Dead counter responsibilities. Except for a manual on New City Watch procedures. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis, the dead counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms called weepers, in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1 1/2 normal pay grade. Failed experiments, okay? Except from a series of lectures on natural philosophy by Piero Jablin. Ist es unser Piero unten? Of course I've attempted to improve upon Sokolov's designs. Of course, and why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the academy. We are all part of a community, striving to unlock the mysteries of the cosmos. Bloodborne. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to the fruitful line of consideration by, how does anyone say it, our intellectual subordinates. Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the glamour of genius he has cast over this aristocracy. And further, is it true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back in your social clubs and in the very chambers of the academy itself. Great ambition requires risks. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see the electric lamps lighting our street at night. But a few short years ago, you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylon of a wall of light. Wall of light, what the heck? Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. Okay, Piero scheint auf ähnlichem Level zu sein wie Sokolov, nur nicht ganz so erfolgreich aktuell. Aktuell, wo bemerkt. Oh, da liegt noch mehr. Whale oil processing.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time and then observe them for years if need be to see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
Nicht mehr, würde ich sagen. Whale oil processing. It comes from the founder of the Greaves Whale House by Ebenezer Greaves. Out at sea, they secure the beast with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Boys keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck. then lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its probe and returns to port at Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest parts while it still lives. Aua, das ist harsh. Please no. Ich meine, damals, zu der Zeit, okay, Valuable war halt die wertvollste Ressource für Lampen und so weiter, aber ich bin sehr dagegen. Wale sind herrliche Tiere und ja, egal. Whale Oil Refilling Station. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. The good Admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor shall take the tank and lock it in the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. Once refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the full tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Grace Oil Company has done something correctly for once. I'm intrigued. Ich möchte herausfinden.
Perfect. Now plug it in.
Keine Chance. Hat er so gemacht? Mano!
Get it near the receptacle. Magnetism will do the rest.
Ich wollte das Ding jetzt aus dem Fenster werfen. Grindstone, use. Nice. Schraubstock. Star Shard, Southern Skies. Ist Geld, alles klar. Joink, joink. 2 Dinge haben wir noch. Piero's request is denied. Piero. No. I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal, Tivian ore. What's wrong with the metal and crystal? King sparrow feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything you needed was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly. But this is my bar, what's left of it. And we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials and everything else. So we've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one is going to miss any of the odd crap you seem to need. Admiral Havelock. Well said. A second solution. Oh, das ist noch ein bisschen mehr, okay. Except from a series of newspaper articles from philosopher by Piero Joplin, again. And a thought no fault of my own, that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Piero's remedy, a name I did not choose if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over time, which I believe to be equal if not superior. Much has been made over the popularity of these connections as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because the strain worked with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it with the blood of those so afflicted it is nearly perfect. Elegant, in fact. And while it is true that Piero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties not fully understood which relate to the mind itself and the spirit. And it is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest. For you see, Sokolov's elixir, with its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a crass goo better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variants in the key ingredients making up Piero's remedy ensure that it works on the higher functions that separate humankind from the mindless blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Wrenhaven River. Der Hagfish ist voll fame hier in der Gegend. Ich hoffe, wir treffen noch was rein. Okay, here we go.
Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here,
You're welcome.
see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just Hold still, fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Send the lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
Ich dachte gerade schon, ich muss so weiterspielen mit dieser Rohransicht. Let's have a look. Purchases. Grenade. Rewire tool. Allows you to rewire security tree and turn security systems to your advantage. Consumed on usage. Okay. Spring razor. A trap that can be placed on nearly any surface. Zählen Kills, die ich zum Beispiel durch einen umgedrehten Stolperdraht mache, noch zu meinem Chaos? Upgrades. Crossbow accuracy, crossbow range. Sleep darts. Magic optics. Allows you to magnify your view. Press RS to zoom. Standard bolt capacity. Bone charms. Machen wir es so. Alright. Ich glaube, ich muss gar nicht für was anderes brauchen.
I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can.
Yes, you're right. I'll head to my room to sleep.
Sleep well.
Somewhere else. Ah. Ich dachte, ich muss erst hinlaufen. Ich wollte jetzt eigentlich Ende machen für heute, aber okay, dann wache ich noch kurz auf. Ich bin auch aufgewacht und irgendwie ist es anders als vorher. Vielleicht wegen Regen und Nacht, keine Ahnung. Aber das ist ein guter Punkt, um Schluss zu machen für heute. Und ich werde beim nächsten Mal weiter erkunden, was vor sich geht. Ich bin gespannt.